Here we go. So we'll see how this works, but hopefully the sound's coming through at the moment. I'm Dr. Hines, I'm one of the doctors at the practice. I'd like to thank you for this award. Unfortunately I can't be here personally at the moment, but I'd also like to thank my parents. But anyway, this is our part towards the induction. Welcome to the practice. It's a very friendly practice, and the first thing to mention is basically all the staff are very approachable. We're not always dressed like this at the moment, but I'm on paternity leave, I've had 3 hours sleep, so I'm going to just make that my excuse and get on with it. Alright? But anytime you've got any problems at the practice, if there's any issues, talk to any of us. There's no particular dragons, there's nobody to avoid, everybody's quite friendly, and obviously is there to help you in your training. I've just sent you an email just now in terms of just saying what's happening with the practice. You'd also got the email mentioning the annual leave system. This is basically, it's all organised online so you can access it wherever you are. You don't need to see a wall calendar or anything like that. But everything's basically there for you at the moment. And you basically set up your account, click on the days, and you've got your annual leave entitlement and your study leave entitlement, but you can basically just go on, sort out whatever annual leave you've already got organised or submit it as you go through. The other thing was the website, which if you're accessing this video, you've made it through. Well done, you've managed to figure out the password from the email. But it's in a work in progress at the moment. We're going to build things up, put more things on the tutorials. One thing that you can see already on there is the link to the Word document time-sensitive QOF. The QOF, the Quality and Outcomes Framework that you might have experienced when you've been working at Oakham. And I'm not sure whether Oakham uses System 1 at the moment, but you'll be getting used to using System 1 as a computer system with the patient records. So, from that point of view, let's have a look then. So we've got the website. We'll be building up, putting on tutorial materials, things like that, to do with your COTS and your CBDs, all of these kind of materials that we'll just basically put onto that website so that we can use, but we'll build it up with your help, obviously, over the next 12 months as well. Main things to be looking at, obviously, Ian Walton is your educational supervisor at the moment. I've yet to speak to Ian whether he's going to be your clinical supervisor as well for the 12 months. I'm not sure how that part of it works, because I'm a fairly new trainer myself. But what we'll do is we'll all be involved in your training, and the idea is that you get different people sorting out your videos, your COTS, your case-based discussions, these kind of things. But make sure you're doing your 2 learning log entries per week minimum, and by now you should have an idea where the gaps are in your curriculum coverage. So if you can look at that and try and target those areas where you've got the gaps, that way it sort of builds things up all at the same time, rather than at the end of the 12 months of ST3 you've all of a sudden got no entries for genetics or fitness to practice, these kind of areas. Okay. Important thing is that we want you to be videoing within your first month of practice, so we need to get that set up, and obviously that will be done in my absence, but once you're seeing patients, getting down to a sort of a nice good speed of consultation times, then we'll get you started from there. But hopefully if we can get that first COT done in the first month, that sets you up for the rest really, because obviously you've got your AKT, your CSA to do over the next 12 months, so we want to make sure that we get all of the parts of the workplace-based assessment out of the way so that you can get on with the rest of the things that you need to get done, and basically enjoy the training, because it's there to be enjoyed as well as the hurdles that you need to jump through and these kind of things. System 1, if you've never worked on it, it's a national database that is fairly protected in terms of patient confidentiality, but it can take a bit of getting used to if you've never been on it before. There are certain quirks and little things that might create jobs for other people if you don't know about them. One of them will be if you logging into a patient and it comes up on screen saying there's a discrepancy between the System 1 record and the NHS spine, then you need to click on the boxes, usually on the left hand side, so it's going down here, see, left hand side, this side, and then basically we always click on the System 1 values rather than the NHS spine values. There is an option to press the button at the bottom of the screen which says do later. Never click that button, because that creates an admin job for one of our admin staff, and at the last call of asking there were about 200 of these requests. So if it does appear in a record that there is a discrepancy between what the NHS shows and what we've got on the records, always click on the System 1 values rather than the NHS spine, and that saves a lot of trouble for everybody at the practice. Okay, little bits like that you'll pick up as you're going along, and obviously as you'll be sitting in with the doctors, they'll be hopefully demonstrating the System 1 computers to you in terms of how you issue prescriptions, how you put in the information into the history, the examination, the diagnosis and the plan, how you issue prescriptions, how you issue repeat prescriptions and these kind of things. Okay. Surgery hours, usually starting from 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'd usually be expecting you to be doing surgery until at least 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Then we do our home visits, and then evening surgery usually starts at 4 o'clock, and we'd expect you to be around until at least 6:30. And on some occasions, if we're busy, obviously patients can be extending beyond those hours. Alright. Now, I don't see that I've got too much else on my list at the moment, but basically the staff are very approachable, get to know them, get to know sort of obviously the people who be involved in your training as well, but everybody's very approachable, and the idea is that we get you working as part of the team, and welcome to the practice. There'll probably be lots more things that I could actually cover with you at the moment, but I think I'll leave it there for now. I'm sure that's enough. Alright, I'll see you when I get back from paternity leave, but all the best in your induction until then. And as I say, when you get to meet Dr. Dutton and Dr. Oram and Dr. Walton, their photos will be on the website in due course. It's just they're a little bit camera shy and they just want to look just perfect at the moment. But this is me. I'm Dr. Hines, so you've at least seen one of us before you get here, and you've already met Dr. Walton, of course, as well. Alright, but you'll get to meet all of the rest as you sort of going through the induction, sitting in with them, getting used to the different staff members. Alright, well, all the best for the rest of the induction anyway, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.